Let's see here. Are we up and going? Are we up and going? It looks like we might be. Let's see who's jumping on first tonight. Let's just see who is jumping. There we go. Kylie. Hello, Kylie Dawn. How are you? Good to see you. What is happening? Hello there, John and Misty and Brian and David and Rhonda in Kentucky. Hello, Ranzi. Welcome. Hello, Woke Cajun. Oklahoma. Martha, welcome. Selena from Western Australia. Welcome. Fantastic. All right. Travis from Abingdon, Virginia. Welcome. Team No Sleep. Yes, Nina. No kidding. No sleep. Jamie. Is it Chason? Jamie and her husband today brought me. They showed up to my office from Louisiana. Tremendous people. I'll probably wear their shirt tomorrow. They have a shirt that says Heal, which is awesome. I'll post that tomorrow. But wonderful people. Thank you for showing up from Louisiana to my office. Marie from Tampa, welcome. Mary from Frederick, Maryland. Hello, Dale. Hello, Leah from Texas. I have a Texas video for you tonight. All you Texans, I have a Texas video for you tonight that's gonna be a little bit fun. All right. Hello, Danielle from Seattle. Michelle from, I miss Michelle. Hello, Michelle. Any first timers here we have tonight? Dr. Zach from Pennsylvania, I think I see. Welcome. Courtney from Conroe, Texas. LA Key, Mother of Patriots, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, Jamie, it was wonderful to meet you and your husband as well. Thank you again. Taylor, Texan. We got some Texas videos tonight. Dr. Jonathan Spages and his wife, Carolyn, welcome. Love you guys. I'll see you soon, hopefully. Jessica from Maine. Carrie from Orlando. Keith. Yes, there's Keith. Welcome. I got both of you on your own phones, or probably. Let's go. The party was good. Thank you very much for asking. Vivian from Vermont. Hello there. Las Vegas. Welcome. Sharon from Wichita, Kansas. Lisa from Virginia Beach. Mark. Welcome, Mark. Here's Johnny. Linda from Oklahoma. Hello there. Liz from Massachusetts. Hello there. Lisa from West Virginia. Excellent. Fran from Florida. I'm starting off with Florida, then I do Texas tonight. Greg from the Gold Coast. What's up, my man? How's it going? Julie from Indiana. Lisa, Jacksonville. POTUS was in Jacksonville tonight, I think, right? This afternoon. Excellent. Hello, Cindy. The party was great. Thank you for asking. Bay Area, California. Jillian. What's up, Missy? How are you? Welcome, everybody. Fantastic. So it's interesting. I'm going to start off with this, okay? I'm going to start off with, we have a lot to get to tonight, and I'm going to do an After Dark. The After Dark is not going to be super long tonight, but I'm going to do questions on parasites because the parasite protocol is ready, and it will be dropped here in just a little bit. How about we say that, okay? All right. Let me just start off with this video because I think this will get it going. This is Dr. Jason Dean, Revolution Network, your source for health, freedom, and knowledge. Now, I'm going to show you this video, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. So let's do the video first. I don't remember where this was. Louisville, I think. Here we go.
Hey! Oh my God!
People getting hurt, being run over by a vehicle. So then I posted a picture this evening of a sticker on a window on the back saying, you know, all lives splatter, basically get your ass off the road. So yes, I laugh. You know why I laugh? And some people are like, that's not appropriate. We have some snowflakes. There's been some snowflakes that popped on this page in the last couple months. I can tell. Like, you can't say something about trans, you say something about people getting run over, the police doing something about something. Like, you know what? Get off the damn road. Okay, welcome to society. This is society where we have certain things that we all agree upon, right? We spend money, we take care of each other, we carry out lives, we all have work, and roads are for driving on. That's a commonly accepted principle in our country and in the world is roads are meant for driving on. If you are stupid enough to get in the middle of a road, you're going to get run over. Now in Florida, I'm telling you right now, the places to be are like Florida, Texas, Nevada, South Dakota, places like that where you got people running states that know how to run a state for the most part. And in Florida, if that happened in Florida, you ran somebody over and they were injured or probably killed, it's on them because they're in the road. Get off the road. You can do your like just like Sheriff JD, yeah, you know what I mean. Grady Judd flipped his name back and forth. When you have people running the show like that, there is actual law. Like we have to protect our citizens. If you do not want to be harmed, get off the road. If you want to have a peaceful protest, have a peaceful protest. A peaceful protest does not go on the middle of the road. Guess what? See, we live in this world where products and services like food that you have to eat, food that feeds your families, that food has to go across interstates. It's taken in trucks, right? So when you interrupt the American system, it's going to push you out of the way. We don't want to do harm to you, but if you're stupid enough to stand in the middle of the road, you're going to get run over. This is not a problem of peaceful protest. Do you know what this is a problem of? This is a problem of a bunch of people under 30 years old who weren't parented um, and were completely raised by the indoctrination center called government school, public school systems. They had nobody at home. They grew up on video games and sugar and vaccinations. And now, whenever someone tells them no, they don't understand what it means. And so their brain, which is not functioning fully, goes into the middle of the road, in the middle of interstate, and you get your ass run over. That's what happens. And it's so fascinating because, you know, there's people that I get along with who are not my same viewpoints. And I could tell there were some people today when I posted on it. And don't worry, I don't focus on the trolls. I just think it's funny because I see some of them sometimes. And people are like, that's not kind. That's not polite. It's also not respectful to be disrespectful to other people who are going about their daily business. Just like the other night or Louisville or the night before in some other city, a couple, older couple, probably in their 60s, were sitting down for dinner outside on a patio. And the jackasses from BLM show up and they annoy them. Now, these people did nothing other than they're consumers, they're citizens. They sat down to eat dinner outside on what was probably a very beautiful night. And then one of the BLMers come over and sits in the chair with them as if they're not allowed to sit down and eat because they're white. This is insanity. And if that happens, guess what? If you are injured, whether you are punched, kicked, thrown down, shot, or run over with a car or a truck, it is on you because you're incapable of living in a proper society that we all live in every single day. So, guess what? People like myself and others out there who have big trucks, if you're in the way, you're going to get run over. That's how it works. And it's so funny because there's certain people who don't agree with that and they want to argue, argue, argue. And then it's interesting because I have people who don't necessarily agree with me on everything and we get along so well. And it's so fascinating when you have rational, logical minds. It's fascinating how they can get along even if they have sometimes different viewpoints. Tonight I was at my party at our office and someone came back, a lovely older woman came back who I used to take care of, and she came back and just to say hi. And so she came in, and now keep in mind, she is more liberal than most, but yet it's interesting. We completely respect each other. She was actually a bit of a star on Broadway back in the day. Wonderful artist. And it's funny because even though we probably don't agree on certain viewpoints, one more liberal, one more conservative, we do this really strange thing called we respect each other, and we don't talk about the stuff that we don't necessarily agree on. We focus on the things we do agree on. And guess what? That's actually how society works. That's how adults handle each other. That's how sane adults handle each other. Now, there's other adults out there who are complete jackasses. They don't know what they're doing either. But this is how the world is supposed to work. So I'll reiterate it again. There's riots coming, folks. Just so you know, there were gunshots in Louisville. I believe 2 officers went down. I do not know if they were killed or not. I have not read that. I kind of stayed away from it. If you think that's all that's going to happen, no, 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 no. These riots are going to go off the walls, just so you know, and there will most likely be bloodshed. And you're going to see it all on Twitter and Facebook, because in the day of cell phones, it's all going to be broadcast. So just be ready, prepare your eyes, and get ready for it, okay? Now, let's go on to some fun stuff. I have actually sandwiched in between this show tonight. Good fun stuff in the front, and then good fun stuff at the end with a little bit of chaos in between. And then we're going to talk parasites. We're going to talk parasites at the end of this show, and then Noble Patriot After Dark. I'm going to do more parasites. We're going to go over any questions, okay? And we're going to drop the protocols on you. So if you're ready for that, get ready, because like it's killer to the parasites, that is. Now, let me take you to some inspiration, okay? Now, I had someone today who was bashing the president, and again, let me go over this again. This is not about the worship of the president. This is not about the worship of Q. I have stated 4 months on end that I am a supporter of the president, but I also understand to look at it with a critical, logical eye. I'm not just brainwashed into supporting the president no matter what. So I know there's things that I have to keep a lookout for. There's certain things I'm looking for. I'm obviously looking for the vaccine issue to make sure if this is going to be a problem for us. I'm also looking at the financial issue. By the way, there's a crash coming, just so you know. I'm looking at that to make sure they're not bringing in some one world order type of situation. I'm looking at that. And then I'm also looking at, is the president bought out by Israel? Is he really bought out? Is he a Zionist? Those are the things I think about too. Don't think that I don't think about those things. However, at the end of the day, I can't change that at the top because I'm not in that inner circle, right? However, I can do things every single day that are actionable items that will lead myself, my family, and my community, and as much of the world as I can towards a good outcome, all right? So I'm going to show you this because a lot of people can sell things, and I know the president is a great salesperson, but I think there's sometimes you can't really sell. You can see the genuineness on a person, and I'm buying this as genuine. But I want to show you this because this was some time ago. But it's one, it's very patriotic, and two, just kind of follow, watch how he interacts with people, and listen to the amazing music, because you know this song, and it's a fantastic song.
If tomorrow all the things were gone, I'd worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. Forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. Sing it, God bless the USA. to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to LA, where there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today, 'cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the
Now, the biggest thing there's a couple of things I took from that. First of all, the president is totally singing along at different times, and he's trying to dance. And trust me, I am no dancer. You can ask Dr. Palmer. I won't even attempt to, and I definitely won't attempt to sing because it is atrocious. But clearly, the president has a little bit of a beat. And second of all, I noticed something, which was he went right up. He went right over to Lee Greenwood, shook his hand, like put his arm on his shoulder. But then when the band was walking away, the band was actually like just keeping on going because they're like the supporting cast. He yanked them right in. Like he wanted to talk to everybody within the band. He wanted to know how they're doing. Great job, like wonderful. And I actually don't remember when this was. I have to look it up. I just found it a little bit ago and I wanted to play it. But it would that is America. And the reason I show you that is because I'm going to tell you there's things I've been reading, which I'll go into maybe tomorrow night with Jason Q and maybe more next week, is I think you're going to see Washington, D.C. burn to the ground before probably January-ish, maybe later. I don't know. And when I say that, I'm not trying to say that to be, again, fearful or dramatic. I think Washington, D.C. is going to be taken apart brick by brick, whether it's by the deep state or rioters or whatever it is. And there's many reasons for that. One, because they destroy things. Two, because there's some symbolism there that you guys don't fully know about. I actually talked about it, I think, last night on the After Dark episode. There's some symbolism there that actually needs to come down. And I'm not going to talk about that tonight. I talked about that in the After Dark. If you want to go in the After Dark, you can still watch it. It's up there. Noble Patriots, the Noble Patriot group page. There's After Dark videos on there. And I actually think the Washington Monument's coming down. There's a reason for that. It's symbolism, and it's not good symbolism. Washington, D.C., the layout of Washington, D.C. is actually all deep state layout. So I think a lot of that is going to be coming down. But what I love about it is it doesn't replace, and it's not because America is not good. America is founded on good principles. But we'll see how that all plays out. Now, and my support for the president. My support for the president lasts until he shows that it shouldn't be there. Right now, you have two choices. Do I like it? No. I don't like red, blue, Republican, Democrat. I've said that a billion times. But that's what we have right now. All right? Until we can wipe this off and start fresh with people who actually run on purpose for America, which the next video I'm going to show you goes into that. But right now, you have POTUS and you have Biden. One POTUS seemingly stands for good for America as of right now. Joe Biden, you can't vote for Biden, right? Like, I know there's people that are going to. I question them. But a sane human being doesn't necessarily vote for Biden. So, that leaves us one shot. And that's the shot we have to take. Now, the beautiful part about that is what the president is a figurehead, typically. Maybe that changes. The important part is our more local, congressional, and community elections. We've talked about that before. All right. Now, Congress has to flip. This next video I just found tonight, and this is not Florida. Florida, we're covered. This is Texas. Are any Texans out there? Let me show you this video. I thought this was a cool freaking video. Here is your future for Texas.
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, will be to save Texas. To do so, you must recruit an exceptional team of congressional candidates. They must be courageous, patriotic, and absolutely fearless. Time is of the essence. The nation's future is dependent upon your success.
You still know how to fly one of these things?
Dan Crenshaw.
I'm putting a team together, Wesley. You in?
You know I wouldn't miss this for the world, right? Wait. I think August is going to want to come too.
You guys looking for a real pilot? Let me get cleaned up.
You're an F-22 pilot. What were you doing working under a helicopter?
I have no idea what I was doing, but typical Air Force fixing the Army's problems.
This guy, Dan, bro, you could have just texted me, man. Why you gotta jump out of an airplane? It would have been way
Because
easier.
it's cooler to jump. Never mind.
Come here.
And I want to thank these officers for a job well done.
Hey, Beth, when you're finished over there, Texas could use your help.
What the?
Hey, Tony, Texas has a better use for your talents.
Hey guys. I got this.
So, it's TexasReloaded.com. Now, I'm not endorsing any of them. I know only Dan Crenshaw. I don't know the other ones. I'd never actually seen it before, but I will tell you that was a badass commercial. And honestly, we need new blood in Congress. We need new people in Congress. And if I have a choice, it's going to be people like that over the people. Okay, you know what? So if any one of those has any like negatives, or whether somebody you don't like, endorse them or whatever, any one of those 5 people or 6 people, whatever it was, is far better than people like AOC and Ilhan Omar and Rashid Tlaib. Far better. So, like, that I will take any day of the week. Pro military, pro business, pro America, pro freedom. I thought that was freaking awesome. So, TexasReloaded.com. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is a little cringeworthy. This is what we're going to be headed into, folks. Not just for police and authorities, but also possibly for civilians, as this starts to get more out of hand as we get towards the election. And then when the election, it's going to be a train wreck. This could happen. Now, this is not for little ears, and not for little eyes to see. It's not gory. It's just the nature of it. Okay, I'm going to show you this, and then I want to talk a little bit about it. Okay.
Come on, put it down! Put it down! Put it down! Put it down! Let me see your hands! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Put your hands out! We good. Can you stop me at Grady, please, radio? Okay, Grady is in route.
We're done.
Now, short video. First of all, I think this was actually the other night. This was in Atlanta. An armed assailant refuses to follow commands and forces black female officer to discharge her firearm. If there are riots over this, it will once again be justified. The female officer can be heard crying on her body cam, having shot the man. So, this is a situation where black female officer, good person, the idiot on the other end wouldn't listen. And guess what? When you don't listen and you're involved in something you're not supposed to be involved with, you're gonna get shot. Nobody wants to shoot anybody. This whole stupid, idiotic thing where liberals think, oh, everybody wants to shoot everybody. Like, that's so ridiculous. We know that as conservatives. As a gun owner, you never, trust me, as a gun owner, don't ever want to shoot it other than practice. Ever. No reason whatsoever. So not only that, but a police officer doesn't want to have to shoot. And that is very evident by the fact that, one, she did what she was trained to do, because you don't know if that person has a gun. She has to take them out. But two, she broke down afterwards. Like, just, you hear her sobbing. Because at the end of the day, you know, we all say that we're going to do it if we have to, and we will. You will if it's survival. But no one wants to do that. And she literally broke down in tears. All right? Broke down in tears after she did it, because it obviously affected her at more than just a physical level, at a soul level. She actually had to harm somebody that she didn't want to have to do, but she has no choice. That person could have a gun, could have a knife, could anything. And not only is she responsible for herself, she's responsible for her colleagues around her and other people who are protesting or rioting or stealing, whatever they were doing. Because yes, they're doing something wrong, but they're still technically civilians that we don't want to necessarily be harmed. And I mean, obviously, I hope that woman gets the care she needs afterwards and any therapist she needs to handle that, because God, who wants that on your conscience, right? But God bless her for doing what she's trained to do. And you can tell the empathy in the woman for her reaction afterwards. You know, if she was just like, if she just went up there and was acting all gung ho, that could be a problem. But she literally broke down, not wanting to have to do what she just did. Okay. Now, that leads into defunding the police. Clearly, if you saw that video, there's a time and place for the police. They are there to put in law and order. Now, do the police need to be out giving everybody parking tickets and everything else? No, it gets overdone, right? Completely overdone. However, they're there to keep peace in a calm and moral and ethical society. So, then you have Seattle, Washington, and their genius and brilliance. The city of Seattle, let me bring this up for you because this is tremendous. I'm not even going to go, well, maybe I will. Here we go. Here is the tweet. The city of Seattle gave a $150,000 contract to Andre Taylor, a former pimp, to offer expertise on de-escalation and alternatives to policing. Meanwhile, the council just defunded police, and now up to 100 cops will be fired. So if I actually click on this link, God, why do I even have to like do this stuff? This is so insanely stupid and ridiculous, right? The city, yeah, he looks like he's, he's a pro. The city of Seattle gave a $150,000 contract to Andre Taylor. Taylor's role is a street czar, a made-up title that hasn't provided many public victories since Seattle's homicides, arsons, and stabbings are on the uptick. The controversial contract comes to light as the Seattle City Council voted to override Mayor Jenny Durkin's veto of their 3 bills to defund the police. He has no formal training or expertise on de-escalation. There is Seattle putting a pimp in charge. So wait a second. I have a question for you. I don't want to know what people make out there. That's your own private information. How many of you make as much money per year as Andre Taylor does in Seattle, who's making $150,000 a year as a pimp with no experience in de-escalation of possible crime? Just remember, you're an expert and a professional in what you do, but you're not making as much per year as Andre Taylor is to de-escalate as a pimp. Oh, God. Anyway, moving on. Oh, look at this. There's a report that's right. John Durham, the prosecutor tapped by Attorney General William Barr to investigate the FBI's Russia's probe, is now looking into, ding, 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 the Clinton Foundation. The New York Times reports. I would click on this, but it probably is going to come up as a crappy link. I wasn't even going to try it originally, but between New York Times and CNN, their links usually suck, have a lot of pop-ups, and are actually just messy to look at. So I'll see if it pops up quickly here. My connection's running slow tonight. That's why it's doing that. That's on me. I have too much stuff going on my screen. But here it comes. So John Durham, the federal prosecutor reviewing the FBI Russia investigation for Attorney General William Barr, has sought information about the Bureau's handling of the Clinton Foundation investigation. Yes. Beautiful. We are going... Oh, man. Do you know if the Clinton Foundation is investigated and what is found, what should be found is found? They're literally done. I mean, literally done. That could be huge. Now, This is the actual source of it right here. So Durham, let me bring this up. They always had the best picture of Durham. It's him looking like a badass, getting ready to take people down. This is actually Praying Medic. This was today, this afternoon. How many legitimate leaks so far from Durham's investigation? What other investigations were conducted by the FBI's small group? All team members fired. Tracking events September 21st to 25th. Why was this leaked today? October surprise coming. Let the truth be told. And then we have a Fox News article that is taking its sweet time to open up. That's actually on them. That's not on me because I don't have that many open. But here we go. Aspects of U.S. Attorney John Huber's investigation into the Clinton Foundation have been assumed by U.S. Attorney John Durham as part of his review into the origins of the Russia probe, Fox News has learned. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is wonderful information. This is great. In November 2017, then Attorney General Jeff Sessions directed Huber, the U.S. Attorney for Utah, and other senior prosecutors to evaluate certain issues involving the sale of Uranium-1 and other dealings related to the Clinton Foundation. Sessions tapped Huber after request by congressional Republicans who had been calling for the appointment of a special counsel to review the matters. Boom. Do you know what's going to happen if they go into this and they find out what happened in Haiti? If Haiti opens up, if they find out what went on in Haiti, this whole thing literally comes crumbling down, which would be so tremendous. That's the kind of stuff that I want to see. Now, I'm going to switch gears here for a second, okay? Let's switch gears. I actually have to show you an ad. Now, I never thought I would get to this, and the ad came up on my Twitter feed, and the ad, I'm not really an ad person, so I stopped. I clicked on the promoted ad because it was so compelling, and everything that I've been telling you that I said, I need to show this to them. There's actually no audio to it. It's simply a video by Intel computers. Here we go. I want to show you this ad. Quantum computing. Quantum is an exciting new frontier, but how can we scale it for the real world? We're focused on making quantum technologies more practical. That's why we joined the ecosystem partners of Chicago Quantum Exchanges. As a group, we're committed to sharing our expertise and advancing the science and engineering of quantum technologies. Do something wonderful. So, not that I'm like super excited about Intel to be part of this, but maybe they flipped, maybe we got control of them. But I'm just letting you know, I told you, sorry, I had to say that. I told you quantum was coming. The president put money into it. It's coming. All right? It's coming. Now, let me go to some interesting stuff. Let me go to some stuff that might blow your mind a little bit. The Vatican. Did anyone hear about the Vatican news today? Kind of big news from the Vatican. Who heard about the Vatican news? This is a bit epic. So Praying Medic was also on a roll today, if you didn't see that. This is actually from Praying Medic, so I'll bring up the tweet and then I'll show you the actual article. So the tweet is, Godfather 3, it's going to be biblical. Powerful Vatican Cardinal, I'm not Italian, Becui resigns amid scandal. So if I take you over to the article, if I can get this to pop up fast, if I take you over to this article and show you, it came up earlier. Clearly, I have something running in the background that does not like my computer tonight, and it's usually not this slow, so we will just deal with it for the time being. Let me go back to this. Anyway, this guy was the one who actually did like the sainting of people. Now, the interesting thing about this is, if you recall, England has some people over there. Do you remember somebody named Jimmy Savile? Jimmy Savile, let me bring myself up to full page here. Jimmy Savile was a very, very, very bad individual. And it's interesting because all these like pedophiles, all these criminals over there always were sainted by the king, queen, and the Vatican. So why is this kind of a big deal? Because it's very possible we're heading into something quite interesting here where, remember I said, the Vatican could, I should say, not only could the Vatican be falling, the Vatican needs to fall. Okay? Absolutely 100% needs to fall. It is a corrupt organization. So the Royals need to fall as well. Okay? I'm not going to bring this article up. It's taking way too long. It wasn't doing that before, so whatever. It could be the website as well. Now, here's another one for you. Senator Rand Paul will refer Hunter Biden for the Department of Justice criminal investigation. This came out today. This is fantastic. Fox News reported Wednesday that Senator Rand Paul plans to refer Democratic candidate Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, to the Department of Justice for a criminal referral. The call for a referral came on the heels of a Senate report which revealed that more than $3.5 million had been transferred into his bank account from the wife of a former Moscow mayor, among other suspicious financial transactions. This is going to open up, and Rand Paul is hot on this. Now, also, Rand Paul also, by the way, if you did not hear, Rand Paul also had an article out today where he took Fauci to task. He was not pleased with Fauci's little stunt, as they say. Okay, he was not pleased at all. Like, it was, he wrote an article about it, and Rand Paul is clearly sticking to his science and understanding what his science actually is. So, very, very fascinating, and we'll keep an eye on that. Now, I am going to, before I jump into parasites a little bit here, I'm going to show you a nice little video. Let me cue this up because, you know, in the past, we've talked about parenting, right? And parenting is obviously very, very important. Good parenting. So, looking out for your children, but also leading them in a way that makes them better individuals, but also making them stronger, teaching them how good they are, that they're good people, that they need to be stronger, teaching them leadership, teaching them accomplishment, all these wonderful things that we actually need to do. So I'm going to show you this. I love this. This is literally very short, but sometimes, you know, not that we're negative on the show here, but sometimes there's news that's not so pleasant. And I wanted to show you pleasant stuff at the end of this before we talk about health and parasites. Now get ready. This little dude has got some power in his truck, and he's about to do a massive feat that his dad is excited about. Check this out.
He'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then.
I'm going to show that again because it's so wonderful.
He'd say, I'm gonna be like you, Dad. You know I'm gonna be like you. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man on the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then.
Now that is the sign of a great parent. Why? Because clearly Dad has a Jeep that can get very easily out of that position. But it's showing his son that he's capable of, one, work, right? He worked, he did something good. And two, Who wants to learn about parasites? Okay. Parasites. Where do I even start? So I never even actually prepare to talk about parasites because I deal with them so much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a picture. Can I show you a picture of a patient of mine who was dealing with parasites? And I'm going to start this off by saying, people say, well, do I have parasites? Do you think I have parasites? Do you have a health challenge? Well, guess what? About 98% of you have 98% of us have parasites. I have had parasites. All right. Welcome to humans on planet Earth that is toxic right now. Now, I'm hoping that one day we can eradicate these from planet Earth. But guess what? So far, that is not happening, right? Not happening right now. I have dropped the link. In Facebook just so you can see it. The link is in there. The protocol is in there. Go wild. This is a patient of mine who is very thin, very petite, who would not have parasites. And I'm going to show you the picture of her. Okay. That right there is a woman, a patient of mine from a distance in a different state, who is actually holding up approximately a 3 to 4 foot parasite that came out of her. Do you see that? That came out of her. That is a long, long, long parasite. Yeah. So, everything from bloating, chronic digestive issues, fatigue, appetite changes, jaw pain, jaw clenching, grinding, chronic pain, memory, headaches, cancer. I'm going to tell you, I once read and listened to a podcast probably a year or two ago, and there was a woman talking who was a health practitioner, different country, I think, and she made a statement that I was like, I don't know if I believe that. That's a little bit out there. And she said, I believe every disease is from parasites. And I was like, but guess what? She was actually from the islands. I think she was from either Jamaica or another island close to Jamaica. And trust me, Jamaicans know. Islanders know, okay? They know because they deal with parasites. They actually do cleanses all the time because they know it's there. America didn't know that, all right? And then I also connected that work that I work on, and I connected that to Dr. Hulda Clark, who since passed. And Dr. Hulda Clark even says, parasites, the root of disease. All right? So, yes, I am now pretty much convinced that probably 95, 98+% of human, let's say, disease is caused by or associated to parasites. They are in you. Now, how do you get them? There's so many ways to get parasites. The problem is it's not the parasite. It's our immune system is so far down. All right? And again, I'm not going to dive into this too long because I'm going to go on Noble Patriots After Dark tonight and we'll go deeper into this. But some of the common places you get them are, I'm going to tell you right now, stop eating sushi. If you do not want parasites, stop eating sushi. All right? Stop eating sushi. Now, some people are going to ask, why am I using the company Microbe Formulas, which is the best? So I use Microbe Formulas and their professional brand, their professional line. And I was going to make my fully owned parasite line. No reason to. Best product line on the market. And I will tell you, with me, I have personal connection with the people that actually run the company. They're in my text. They're in my phone calls. I talk to them. I see them. I help guide sometimes. They help guide to me. And we talk back and forth about this stuff all the time. All right? If you don't want them, stop eating sushi. I'm not saying stop eating fish. I'm saying stop eating sushi. You can get it from raw foods, raw vegetables if they're not washed. I would not necessarily say as much organic as it is conventional. If you eat commercialized factory farm meats, you're going to get parasites. Now people say, like, what about walking outside barefoot? Unless you're like, if you're walking in your backyard or a nice field, I don't think you have a problem. If you're walking in a farm or you're walking in waste or things like that, you're going to get parasites, okay? Some people are going to ask me about pork and bacon and things like that. I am not a big fan of pork itself. Now, I am a fan of bacon. Yes, I know bacon is pork. You don't have to say that. I don't eat a lot of pork itself. I just don't really like pork that much. Bacon, though, I do eat, but I eat organic bacon, grass-fed, pastured bacon. I do not eat conventional, okay? So things like veggies, stuff like that, okay? Veggies, meats, you can feel. So full moons will kick your butt. We have a full moon coming up in, let's see. Let me show you the funnel here first. Patriot Nutrition, drain the body's swamp of parasites and eliminate these hidden health barriers forever. And yes, people ask me all the time, right? All the time. People constantly ask me, all right, can I really get rid of them forever? Yeah, you actually can. You can get rid of them forever. It can be done, okay? It can be done. I have patients that have get rid of them and they're gone. They stay away. Now, I am not saying you definitely should do a cleanser to a year if you have gotten rid of them, just to make sure they're out, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I actually love working in the world of parasites. Go figure. I don't know why. I think it's fascinating. I'm learning more and more about it every day. The reason I want you to get on my parasite stuff is because I actually have intention. I study this all the time. This is one of my favorite things to work on in the office. And trust me, if you know me or you work with me from a long distance standpoint, I'm going to tell you right now, I make people get parasites out of their body. I do not play around. Some practitioners, some people out there, they will go, okay, let's do some parasite cleansing. And then, no. I would say 95% of the people I work with or people who use my protocols physically see parasites come out of them. Maybe 5%, it doesn't, it comes out, it's just compacted into the actual bowel, okay? Or the bowel movement, I should say. But it comes out. I'm going to make it come out, all right? So I'm excited to help you. I'm excited to bring this on. Again, I'm going to go into Noble Patriots After Dark. Guys, if you want more information on health, if you want questions answered, and if you want me to talk more about parasites and hear more about it, I will be happy to help you. And trust me, I am, over the next probably couple weeks, I'm going to show you some pictures. I'm going to drop some pictures that are going to blow your mind on what parasites look like. We get parasites sent to us every day. On Noble Patriots After Dark in just a few minutes, we're going to go through what you should see come out of you and how you're going to know you're removing them. So, I'm not going to necessarily do questions tonight. On this show, we're going to go to After Dark in about, 5 minutes or so, and I will see you there, and we're going to go deeper. So get on Noble Patriots After Dark, Dr. Jason D and Revolution Network. Tomorrow night, Jason Q is back. Let's rock and roll. You guys have a good night. I will see you on the flip side on the After Dark version of Noble Patriots. Be well.